There you go. Sorry about the lateness. Right. Sweating over. I know, I'm sweating and I'm in the Arctic, right? It's been crazy because my phone has been freezing cold because I've been out all day filming. This light is not pleasant on me. This is just too much light. Let's take it down. So yeah, what we're going to do on the live stream, we're going to go for a little bit of a stroll. I'll show you where I am and how cold it actually is here and why my phone has taken so long to actually heat up. I've got myself a brew. I hope you have too. Yes, there's no wine tonight because Gabby's not here. Unfortunately, I am on my own, so that deserves a thumbs up. Obviously, giving you a thumbs up, it does help me out. But if you're here to see Gabby, unfortunately, she's not here. Bless her little cotton socks, but she's back in the UK. She's enjoying her well-earned break at Center Parcs with the mother-in-law. I don't know whether she'll pop up on the chat because I believe she's having a drink of wine, so she will probably not pop up in the chat. But I'll say hello first of all to... Oh, I've got a tea bag in here. So I'll say hello first of all to my very loyal channel members who are in the chat right now. Andy Mullaney is here. Hello to Foxy B. Belvedere as well, being the top mob that he is, always manages to get those instructions on the screen before I ever do. Oblique Walking Tours, thanks very much. New subscriber, keep up the great work. Thanks very much for that. Hello to Hazel, Sandra. Hello to Ultimate Josh, Foxy B, Fun with Lewis. Hope you're doing okay. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Is that like a spot? Oh my God, don't look at that. I need some cover up. I don't know who I'm talking to. There's nobody there. Hello to Christopher. Christine Parsons is here. Good evening to Leslie. This actually does look like the photo when I show you it from the outside. Temperature outside currently is minus 18 degrees. It was minus 20 earlier, which means it actually has got a little bit warmer, which means there may be some snow on the way. If you don't know where I am, obviously if the video hasn't explained it, I'm here filming at a very special hotel, which I've been wanting to do for near enough ever since I've known about it, and it's been going for about 20 years. So I thought, I'm going to do it now. If I don't do it, I'll regret it. I'll talk about it in just a little bit. We'll also go on the road as well. So we are going to go outside. So wrap yourself up well in just a little bit. Watford FC, thanks very much for your super chat. Just a little something. I appreciate that. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Julie, for your little sticker there as well. Much appreciated. Thanks for the support in the channel. Eugene, no, I'm not in Lapland. I am, however, in the Swedish Lapland. I'm 20 kilometres further north of the Arctic Circle, in the most northern Swedish town of, and I've got to try and pronounce this right, Kelvia? Oh, I'll remember it in a minute. And the actual town that I'm in is such a long name that I'm not even going to pretend to pronounce it. Obviously, my Swedish isn't very good, but I think Swedish is actually fairly good to learn. I think I've been trying to pick up on a few points, but I've met some great people here from literally all over the world. People are here from America, from China, and can you believe it? There is somebody here from Great Yarmouth. Yes, as I was in the ice bar earlier, there was someone here from Great Yarmouth. I couldn't believe it. They're actually from Hopton, and I would say they noticed my accent, but I don't have a Norfolk accent. But yeah, they did notice me, so it was quite nice to see them. I don't know if they're going to be watching this live. They said they might do. 204 thumbs up. It helps me out. Gabby's not here. I'm on my own, so please give it a thumbs up. And I did say the last time I was doing a live that would you still watch if on my own? Because Gabby obviously is a lot of the time here. So if you've tuned in now and Gabby's not here, you're probably like, that's it, I'm off. But remember, we started this channel first of all. Gabby, she just came on second. We started this, baby. Okay, I won't say baby again. Hello to Shane. Hi, Tim. Please say my name. I just have. Vincent. Hello from your royal fan, Vincent Van Vincent. It doesn't look like a hotel. It looks quite warm. Jenny, this isn't the actual ice room. No, it is in the ice hotel, though. And you've just said what I was going to say in a little bit. So, yes, I am here at the ice hotel in Sweden. Now, there are warm rooms, which is where I am. And then there's the ice hotel. There's two actual ice hotels. The original ice hotel, and there's the Hotel 365, which is actually here all year round. So even in the summer and those long summer nights here in the Arctic, you can actually come and stay on a bed of ice if you really wanted to. The other ice hotel completely melts away and it melts back into the river. It's amazing though, because they harvest all the ice every year for the next year from the river. I remember watching a documentary and I was like, I've got to go to this place. Now, a little disclaimer, it is, and I say this a lot in my videos, it is actually quite expensive to come here, to the point of I reached out to the ice hotel and said, hey, I'd love to come to the hotel, really cheeky, would you give me a discount if I come to stay and filmed a little bit? And if you don't ask, you don't get. And they actually replied and said, yes, the discount was okay. It wasn't amazing. It certainly wasn't 50%, but it did help. So I'm here for 2 nights basically. And then tomorrow night is the night where I'm going to be staying in the ice hotel. I'm kind of a little bit, I know it sounds weird to say, but I'm kind of a little bit nervous about it because I check out of here tomorrow and I've got the whole day before I check into the ice hotel at 3. Now, bearing in mind, it's minus 20 degrees outside. And I've got like an excursion or a trip planned for tomorrow. But other than that, what am I supposed to do in minus 15 degrees? I've got a snowsuit, but I'm just going to be literally walking around in a snowsuit all day, just wandering around, maybe going for a cheeky whiskey at the bar, I don't know. If my face does look red, it's kind of got a little bit of, I wouldn't say frostbite, but it was getting there, especially around the cheeks today. I was on a snowmobile, and wow, I tell you, my eyelashes and my little eyebrows were frosting up and all in your nose. It sounds gross, but that was all freezing up as well. Barry, thanks very much for something warming. I appreciate that. Hello to Jill. Bethan, you can say hello to Tom and Bethan. Andrew, hi dude. If you need ice for your G&T, do you chip it off the wall? It's a good point. They do say that there's a few signs that actually say do not lick the ice hotel walls because they've had problems in the past, which is ridiculous. But some of the ice is so clear, you kind of want to do that. It's not advisable to it. So yeah, we'll be heading outside in about 10-15 minutes. We'll just do a bit more of a chat. If you want to come and say hello, and you haven't said hello before, and you're wondering where Gabby is, just come and say hello. And of course, it's worth a thumbs up because Gabby's not here. Now, I know that sounds mean to my wife, but because I'm here on my own, so it deserves a thumbs up. So thanks very much for that. Do you have to put any cream on your face or like you've been out because it's cold then? Mouse Charger, there isn't hardly any sunshine. The sun doesn't actually go over the horizon at the moment. So no, it's not that. It's basically just the cold wind. But what's really strange is that they don't get frost here at night like we do in the UK because the air is so dry. It's really low humidity, which means all the snow that has fallen, which is really deep outside, just stays fluffy. So, you know, it's very strange. And actually, it's slightly warmer at night than it is during the day. It's weird. I was speaking to somebody else who also said, one of the local people here said, there is snow on the ground until May. And it's not uncommon to get snow in August, but it doesn't stick. God, can you imagine that? Although some of these houses that I'll show you in a little bit makes me want to live here because they're so cozy. You know, they really fully embrace the winter landscape. They've got little lamps in the windows and little lights. And a quick disclaimer, if you don't like Christmas, there are still some Christmas trees up because in Sweden and in Finland, they still celebrate Christmas throughout January. Hey, Frank. Frank Tyndall, can you give my daughter a shout out, Emily? Thanks, Frank. I appreciate that. Your last name is Tyndall. I used to work for a radio station called Tyndall. What's up? What's Hamiri doing for 4 months? Channel member. Congratulations for your support. From Chesterfield. Gabby would be proud. She's not in the chat, is she? I don't think. Hello to Molly. Hi to you in Manchester. It's also pretty cold here. It's snowing in Manchester. Wow, it feels like minus 20, but it's not. UK weather for you. Hi Tim, can you do a shout out for my son Kaiser? That's Louise. Also, just want to do a quick shout out as well. If you don't follow me on social media, the links are in the description. I've only just reached 5,000 likes on my Facebook page. So it'd be great if I could get a few more. I know there's a lot of people that don't do Facebook and social media, but it's a great way to connect with me. You can send me a message on there as well, but you can see some photos and stuff that sometimes doesn't come up on the YouTube channel. And the same for Instagram and Twitter as well. Joan, hello. Hope you're doing all right. Colin is here from South Africa. Please say something to me. Now, Colin, you've brought up a very valid statement that, yes, I do say something. And I shouldn't. Hey, it's not as bad as what Gabby says. She says Pacific rather than specific. Leanne Spampamato, thanks very much. Gabby and Casper doing okay. They're back in England at the moment. What's the signal outside? Adventure Matthew B. We will find out in just a little bit. We've got 800 people watching. I really do appreciate that because it's just me tonight. So thank you so much. And it's a Tuesday night as well. Can you give a shout out to my son Ben? That's from Rose. Hiya, Ben. Hope you're doing all right. David, welcome to the Ice Hotel. Have fun. Are you here, David? Do you own it? Darren, loving all the videos. We'll talk about some of the videos that are coming up because obviously there's a video of the Ice Hotel. There is a really unique place that I visited on the way here in Stockholm that I can't wait to show you guys. And that will be coming up next week on the channel. You'll also see what I got up to today and what I'm going to get up to tomorrow, because obviously staying here overnight is great, but then what do you do during the day? Because it's in an area that, well, it's about 15-20 minute drive to the main town, and then you're really just on the outskirts, so there's not really too much going on. So the activities are basically what you can imagine: snowmobiling, husky dog trips, horse riding, obviously stargazing and all that stuff. Excuse me. But also you can see the Northern Lights. The questions I've had a lot actually today: will we able to see the Northern Lights during the live stream? Very doubtful, because the phone probably won't be able to pick it up, but you never know. Loving the content, thanks Stu. David NM, good evening. James Gordon, not Corden. Hope you're all okay, having a good time. Eating healthy, did I go for a sauna? I haven't, it was all booked up. But this is my room actually. I'll do a room tour on the video, but the Swedish beds are actually very comfy. And what's really strange is they don't give you a double mattress. They give you two is it? Yeah, it's 2 beds pushed together. They put like a little dividing thing in the middle so you don't fall through the gap. But the sheets are 2 sheets rather than one big just duvet. I don't know why they do that, but they did that in Stockholm as well. Someone will probably tell me why. But there's no sauna in this room. Leanne Spampamata, I'm in Sweden at the moment. I love watching your videos. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Ben. Your face is only red on the right side. You try being outside all day in minus 18 degrees. No, minus 20 it was this morning, but warmed up to minus 18. I do, though, seem to get a redness here. It's like Gabby slaps me too much. Is there heating in the room? Yes, it's underfloor heating. In fact, it's too warm in the room. 25 degrees the thermostat is on. I can't turn it down. So I went to reception and they said to me that the only way to cool the room down is by opening the window. So so the window is actually open just a little bit, but it doesn't have to be open for long to bring the temperature down, I tell you. Julie, that's very true. Wind exposure. Tarba's in the house. Tarbara, are you letting your little boy, Isaac, watch this? We'll be going outside in just a little bit. I know it's well past his bedtime. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, of course, helps me out. Hey, what time is the hotel like? Hey, what's the hotel like? Hope you're having a great time. The warm part of the hotel is nice, but for what you pay, I would have expected a little bit more. However, I've got the smallest kettle going. It's like a travel kettle that takes about 10 minutes to heat up. But I've got myself a brew before I go out. Kerry, the answer is yes. I didn't want to spoil that too much. I'll talk about that a little bit later. 850 people watching. That is amazing for a Tuesday evening. I appreciate your support. We'll go out in about 10 minutes time because I've just got to wait because someone's going to drop my room key off because I managed to drop it on the way out earlier. So I've got to wait for that just to arrive, which should do in the next 10 minutes. I said it'd be before 8 o'clock. We're an hour ahead, by the way, so it's 10 to 9 right now here in Sweden. The big picture behind you is great. I always forget this, and Gabby said this to me, that when we do a live, people really focus on what's in the background. So I did a scan earlier just to make sure there's no underwear, because there is some over there. It's clean, by the way. but I did a scan round just to make sure there's nothing dodge or nothing. Well, no, there wouldn't be anything dodge, but do you know what I mean? There's just nothing that would be rude or really too personal in the background. How did I get there? On a plane. Sarah, trying to work out what the portrait is behind you. Is it the coastline? No, it's a previous, because they rebuild the ice hotel every year, it's a previous ice hotel. And I don't know what year that's from, but you can see there, I think that's probably one of the bars. You can see the reindeer husks, and then there's a bar at the back, and there's all these weird global things, but it is crazy. I can't wait to show you. I have to go through a whole orientation before I go in there tomorrow, because, you know, you've got to make sure, sounds crazy, that you're going to be warm at night. And you do sleep on a bed of ice with some reindeer husks and a probably that thick mattress. And you have pillows, and the pillows obviously will get really cold, especially if there's any moisture on them. So yeah, we have to go through all of that. But I have paid a little bit extra well, I don't want to spoil it, but yes, you'll see the video on Sunday. The video of how I got here, which took 2 flights and quite an interesting journey. That'll be up on Friday, I think. Scully's in the chat. Hello, Scully. John, there are a lot of marks on the table. John, I tell you, see? By the way, I've got loads of white fluff on my black jumper. So that does show up, as well as these white marks. These are not all me. That does look cheap and tacky. Let's just quickly move the... oh, that just came apart. Let's just quickly move the... there you go. Does that look a bit posher? The coffee machine that I got. It's an espresso. There you go. Does that look better? Ultimate Josh, thanks very much. Louis Weird World, hello. Will you do an Alton Broad video? What do you mean, High Street Rich Boy? Tim, is it cheaper where you are now compared to when you went to Lapland? No. Who plans your adventures? Me. Tea machine is better. They don't do a tea. You don't really have a tea machine. It's just called a kettle, isn't it? I am drinking tea because I'm sorry if you've got an espresso, but I'm not really a big fan. Have you been recognised at one of the hotels you reviewed? Yeah, quite a lot actually. Not here though. Have you ever stayed in Hemsby? So the rest of us can see the accommodation. James, I haven't, but I will be doing a sun holiday this year. Quite a few of those. Do you sometimes use comparison sites to book? Yes, always. That's how I book my flights here. In fact, interestingly, the flight from Stansted to Stockholm was cheap. It was like 30, 40 quid. And then the flight from Stockholm to here cost me about £500. Yeah, it was expensive, this trip, but I thought I'll do it once, and I hope you guys watch the video. How long did it take to get here? It took around about, all in all, about 6 hours, but that wasn't flying time. That was because I stayed in Stockholm for a moment and then get back on another plane. They don't fly direct here from England. So yeah, it's a little bit of a pain in the bum to get here, but it is definitely worth it. And what's crazy is when you land at the airport, you have a choice of getting a bus here, a private taxi, or a husky dog sled will take you direct to the hotel from the airport. That doesn't happen very often. 5 minutes we'll be going outside. Mick, is it better than Pontin Southport? Yeah. Do you use Norwich Airport? Cara, no, because it's too expensive and they don't really go most places where I want to go apart from Amsterdam. Do you feel anxious when talking to the live camera Explore with Jeff? No, I did do in the beginning, but you kind of just got to get over that. Like today, I was with a very intimate party doing the snowmobiling thing, and they all, when I started getting the camera out and talking, obviously I didn't film them, they were looking at me like, and the conversation went, and everyone was just like listening to everything I was saying. So we can do, I guess, still. Hot chocolate on us. Thanks, Andrew. All the best, Gammy and Thumps. Take care, Andy and Lindsay. Faye, there is a sauna here, but yeah, I haven't booked it because it's too much. How does it compare to Lapland? Gavin, how this compares to Lapland is very simple. In every way. Except this is a Swedish Lapland, that's what they call it. The only difference is that it's not in Lapland, it's the Swedish Lapland. And it's not Finnish, it's Swedish. Is there a difference? Yes. You're welcome. Hello to Dorco. Hi, Tim. Keep up the great work. Thank you. Would you ever come to Florida, Tim? Michelle, yeah, I am planning that, hopefully. I just want to do a quick mention as well, because I had a couple of people going, your videos are kind of going in the direction of just doing hotel reviews. That's not the case, as you know from the Disneyland Paris video that I did. Obviously, they are a big part of the channel. They'll always be a big part of the channel. Obviously, in the winter, British seasides, they lose their luster a little bit, even though last year I did a lot of winter videos, but then I wanted to do something different this year. So that is the reason. Of course, the British seasides, the trips aboard, and all that other stuff that I've always done will always be part of the channel, so don't worry. Have you ever been to where? Trosmo? Can't say I have. Can anyone, Belvedere, stop winding me up with that ghostly figure. Sarah, I'll be in Blackpool in a couple of weeks' time. I'm looking forward to it. David, don't. If you do little emojis to Belvedere, he will just make it worse. Favorite ride at Disneyland Paris? Obviously, it was the Tower of Terror. What is top on your bucket list? Now, Mark, that's actually a good question, because now that I'm here, this is something I've always wanted to do. You then think, oh, what else would I really want to do? I've got quite a few ideas. And to be fair, when you're here, I'm glad I'm filming it. I don't know whether it's because I'm filming it, but your eyes don't really take it in. You're seeing all this stuff, you're experiencing all this stuff, but it don't feel real. What feels real is walking around Great Yarmouth on a rainy day. This doesn't feel real. It's a weird thing. If you've ever been to a far-flung destination or somewhere you've always wanted to go and you really do see it, it doesn't ever feel real. I know it sounds really weird. Gabby always says the same to me. She goes, feels like a dream, doesn't it? Or you can't, I mean, first time I went to Dubai and I was like, it doesn't feel real. I went and saw the pyramids in Giza and I was like, I had to keep like slapping my face. Like, is this real? By the way, let me know in the chat. My wife thinks I'm crazy, but I am planning to do a trip back to Egypt, because Egypt used to be one of my favorite holiday destinations. I know there's a lot of people that have a lot of opinions on Egypt, and especially Sharm el Sheikh, because of the tax that happened there a good few years ago, and what happened to those awful people on that flight that took off from Sharm el Sheikh. So I'm nervous, but I know that the tourist board are trying to get more people back to Sharm el Sheikh, and it is safe to go there now and to the airport. But yeah, I've been thinking about returning there and to do a video. So let me know what you think in the chat. Do you think it'd be a good idea? And obviously then would come maybe the pyramids. But again, I have to check how safe it is actually at the moment. Leanne's Papamato, I'm in Sweden until Thursday morning. Craig, did COVID change your plans? Completely. COVID, in more ways than one, changed my life. Louise, if you've always dreamed of going, you can go to Hurghada, which is a lot safer, or you think it's a lot safer actually, but it's not as nice as Sharm el Sheikh. Get yourself to Tattersall Lakes, Tim. Be in a good video. Coffee Ross, thanks very much. Oh, hang on 1 second, I've just got to get this key. Oh, yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, sorry. I need that key so we can go out, which is what we're going to do in just a minute. I just saw the Curtin Twitch. It's probably because the window's open. Don't freak me out. When will you next make a video in Chroma? Probably not until the summer. The Isle of Wight is coming, Steve. Ryan, do you feel safe in Egypt? I've always felt safe in Egypt, to be honest. The local people are always just so nice. The only problem is when I go with Gabby, they just, yeah, they're on women and girls, they go a bit crazy. Marie, thanks for that. Best of the worst hotels. That's an interesting one. I've got to think about that. Claire, thanks very much for your super chat. We are loving seeing the world with you and your family. Thanks for taking us on. Oh, that's really kind of you. Love the little rainbow emoji. Brilliant. Love that. It's one of those secret emojis that you only do by typing it in. Hello, Cara. My dad lives in Bembridge, Isle of Wight. You'll love it. Yeah, also videos coming up from Jersey and Guernsey this year as well. The thermal's already here. I've got the boots. They look like Santa's boots, actually, don't they? I'd say Egypt sounds great. Would love to watch that. Scully, we could do a live from Egypt. That'd be a first. Love all your content. I've been watching every video of yours when it goes up on YouTube. Thanks, Michael. Interesting to see where you go next. Leanne, Gabby's at home with Casper. There's 900 people watching. Can we get to 500? Or actually, by the end of the video, 1,000 thumbs up if that's not asking too much. I'm here on my own. That would be great. So I'm going to get my coat and we will head out. I will show you literally just around the grounds. I don't want to give away too much, obviously, because that's coming up in the video on Sunday and on Friday. But I just thought I'd also show you where a lot of people live down this road. It's quite nice walking around in the snow. And if you're into that ASMR, is that right? The whole sound thing of snow crunching, you will love that. And I'll just show you how deep the snow is here. We had a lot of snow the day before yesterday, and it like snowed all day. So it's had like another good, I don't know, half a foot of snow. It's crazy. Can you see the Northern Lights, Andrew? Yes, I haven't been out to look at them tonight. So when we go for a walk, the thing is I have to be careful of is there's a lake just around the back. You can walk on the lake, you just have to be careful in certain areas. Like last night I was walking on the lake. Obviously you can't tell it's the lake because it's frozen over, it's got snow, and the snow was up to my waist. And I saw these lanterns out in the middle of the lake, and I was like, I'm going to go over there and see what's out there. And these two lanterns, and there was like a, you know where they have in a pub outside where you go down into the cellar, they had them. So I opened the doors up and it was water. And I was like, I don't understand this. How can that be like that? And I'm standing here on the ice. So obviously they've cut it out so people can do some ice fishing. But that kind of freaked me out. And then I spoke to one of the local guides who said, yeah, just be careful because there are some areas that might be a little bit, so I've got to be careful. But ice fishing, it's not really my cup of tea. It snowed here in Leicester. Have you got snow where you are back in the UK? Somebody said, last time I went to Lapland, I came back home and I brought the cold weather with me, but you've got the cold weather already. I think it's going to be a fleeting cold spell, but some people have got snow. I think around Liverpool, North Wales, maybe the Midlands, I think have got some snow, haven't they? Have you seen any wheelchair users? Always want to head to the Arctic, but I'm in a wheelchair. Alex, they're always applicable and approachable with stuff like that. All you have to do is just ask ahead. Obviously in the snow, I don't know whether you get something that will help better in the snow. You probably can. No snow in Norfolk. Oh, I'm gutted. I want to come home to snow. Come to Harrogate Britannia Hotel. How about a tour of Texas, Anthony? Bethany didn't get snow. Breens didn't get snow. No snow here in Munsley. Sarah said, snowed in Blackpool last night. Snowing in Manchester. No snow in Florida. No. It does get cold in Florida sometimes, doesn't it? Okay, what's the time? How long have we been live for? Half an hour. Right. I'm just going to get my coat. I've got my heated jacket. Just talk amongst yourselves for a sec. You see, the heated jacket just doesn't do that well in England. It does amazingly well here when you need it. Oh, please tell me it's blooming charged. Where's the battery? Work. Yes. Phew. See it? It's gone red. Oh, okay, right. So, I'll take over on the chat from the other side. I'll show you where we are. Just recently subbed Frank in Texas. Thanks, Frank. Come to New Zealand. Golly gosh. That would be a trip, wouldn't it? Mark, you're absolutely right. The only problem is I can't really operate the camera with my gloves. So basically when you get here, they do give you a snowsuit and you get these, which is really weird because I think to myself, how do mittens keep you warm? But they do surprisingly keep you warm because your fingers are closer together, so they get the heat from each other finger or something like that, and you need room in there as well. It's like with your boots, they say get boots that are bigger because when there's more room, your feet keep warmer. Weird, but it works. But for tonight, I am just going to have to go with these because I can't operate the camera with one of those. God, I look so rough. I'm so sorry. This is what happens when you've been out in minus 18 degrees all day. I love that. Thank you, Calvin. Right, let's go. Oh, and by the way, we must be a little bit quiet as we walk through some of the accommodation because obviously it's coming up to 9 o'clock and people go to bed quite early here because there's not much really else to do other than maybe go and have a meal, or I think the Northern Lights may have finished, I don't know. They come and go. Right, so I just need to quickly turn this around. Hang on. Take that off. What have I done with the room key? Sorry, 1 second. Okay, bye room. By the way, look at these seats. Why not? Let's just turn the light on. These seats are just absolutely amazing. They're like the fluffiest seats ever. Elena, I'm good, thanks. Oh, I hope the camera's going to be alright out here because it's cold. Now don't worry, it's going to be very well lit on the path that I'm walking to, but I'll just quickly show you the entrance to the Ice Hotel. Hey Paige, hope you're doing alright. Marlon Mann is your #1 fan. These do remind me of the lodges that I stayed in Lapland, but these are actually slightly cheaper than what I'm staying in. I've got to be a little bit quiet. Stuart, good evening. Hello to Ben. I hope the chat stays like this because sometimes it freezes. Over 1,000 people watching. Obviously giving the video a thumbs up does help me out. There's the entrance to the Ice Hotel. Just look how much snow they've had here. And this is not an exaggeration. The snow here is as deep as your waist. It's mental. And it also messes me up because I feel like it's I've gone back into Christmas a little bit because they celebrate here in Sweden Christmas decorations up for most of January. So I don't want to give away too much of the video that I'm going to show you on Friday, alright? But this is the entrance. So the reception is up there. There's a room there to book excursions. There's a restaurant too. There's there to get your warm gear. They normally have this little cauldron on. It's blocks of ice. Oh, they feel so good. You just got to touch them. Kieran, hello. Hello to Paul. I will show you, hopefully, maybe, if we can see the Northern Lights. Now, I'm not going to go in there because people are asleep and I want you to see the video on Friday. So that's the hotel that gets built every year, and all this ice, blocks of ice, all harvested from the actual Tawny River. It's crazy because you can actually see through it. This is mental. And it's just amazing how they've done it, you know, because they've like put LED lights underneath the ice and then put the ice there. They normally do something different around here every year as well. Watford FC, appreciate that. Just a little something for you. Thanks very much for your super chat. So that is the Ice Hotel 365, which is where I'm going to be staying on Friday night. I think they've had a drink. And really random as well, there's steps up here, and then this is an actual slide that they've just put there for adults, because adults do like to have a little bit of fun. Bearing in mind, I haven't seen any children here, so it is mostly adults having a little bit of fun. I haven't seen this open. Is this little tent thing open? This wigwam? What's going on? Hello? Oh, how random. I don't know what this was open for earlier. I've lost my chat. Hang on a second. I'm trying to catch up with it. By the way, I appreciate you sending me super chats, but because I sometimes miss them when I'm on this app, Lisa, hello to Deborah. Dan, can you say hello to Matt? Love your videos. Hi, Matt. Sinead, out and about with David. I will have a go in the video, but I'm not wearing the appropriate trousers at the minute. Meeting point. That's literally where you meet to go on an excursion or a trip. This is so typical. I knew my phone would do this. Are you still there? I tell you what, the cold air really gets down the back of your throat. This is what's going to be really interesting sleeping in there tomorrow night. Vincent, there's no need to shout. I'm not using an iPhone, no, it's an Android. Watching this from my very warm apartment in Australia. We had 36 yesterday. It's making me jealous. Good evening. Hi. Right, what I'll do is I'll show you some of these houses that the Swedish live in up here, and they are so cosy. They are obviously all chalet bungalows, all painted either red, yellow, and they're a lot of them like what look like attic bedrooms. They all have lights in the windows, which is I don't know if it's a Swedish thing or what. Foxy B, thanks for updating us with the signal. You can see just how much snow is here. If it doesn't look like there's not much snow where I'm walking, it's because they clear the paths and the road. But trust me, as you walk just off the road, the snow pretty much goes up to your knees. So there's a nice little church down here. I'll show you some of the houses and where people go and shop. For those people that love walking in the snow right now, that crunchiness underfoot. This app's not working very well tonight because I can't seem to flip the camera around either, which is a little bit annoying. You can just see the amount of snow on people's roofs. It's like so thick. I'm probably the only crazy person walking out this time of night as well. If you're having a nice cup of tea now, I'm jealous. So the Northern Lights are always obviously showing in the north, which is in this direction. I obviously am under a lot of light, so I can't see too much. Look at the trees. That's the thing about the trees, they're so beautiful, so pretty. So the lake is behind all these buildings. You obviously can't see the lake, but you know there's a lake there because you see over to the other side. It's a good workout. Vincent, stop shouting. When you put caps on, I can hear you, I can read it. Rosie, they've they've got well over a foot of snow here. You can't see it because of the road has been cleared, but you only have to go into people's gardens just to see how deep it is, how much is laying in the bushes and everything. It's crazy deep. As I said, I was walking just on the lake and the snow is up to my waist. It is that deep. Yeah, so I don't know if it's a Swedish thing with all the little lamps in the windows. It's really nice. Also, it reminds me a little bit of streets in America with the road signs on the side. And what's really interesting is they live their lives normally in all the snow. Bearing in mind they get snow 6 months, sometimes 7 months a year. They have a school up here. The kids were there today. So look, you can just see how much snow there is there, how far that sign goes down. Am I going for a pint? No, I can't say I am. The snow is dry because there's no humidity at all. So if it was in England right now, all this snow would literally be ice. You can see just how deep that is. If I've only got jeans on, so if I stand in that right now, I'll get wet. But that'll go right up to my my thighs at least. It's the kind of snow that you can just kick around or move it, and it's really fluffy, dry snow. Honestly, you know, you get these houses that look like a postcard when you see photos of Sweden and the Arctic Circle. Well, it is just like that. I appreciate you coming with me, because otherwise I'd be on my own. Molly, I would say Chroma. It's more like sand than the snow we get here. Yeah, the snow we get in England is always heavy, wet snow. This is, I guess you'd call it dry snow. It's perfect for snowmobiling and skiing and stuff like that. I mean, just look how deep it is in the garden over there. They have a Co-op here, but it's not the same brand as Co-op back in the UK. Cost of living expensive is, to be honest, I think it is fairly expensive. But did you know that Sweden is apparently the happiest place to live on earth? Because of their healthcare, jobs, the money, the government. Sweden is the happiest place to live. Look, they've got a Co-op. It's minus 18. This is shut now, but I went to buy a bottle of water here, I think the first day I arrived. And bearing in mind, I only walked back up there, the bottle of water had already frozen. Crazy. I always remember icicles as a kid. I don't see them anymore in the UK. I always remember just, I used to live in a bungalow and I used to just reach up and pull an icicle out. But this is how cold it is. Absolutely rock solid. Even this has got permafrost on it. Mental. The days are very short. They're getting longer though. Joseph, a nice cup of tea would be nice. Put the kettle on. So it gets light here about 9 in the morning, 9:30. Sun sets about 2:30. Obviously in the winter, not in the winter, in December, there's a short period of time, I think it's just a week, where it doesn't rise here at all. Because it is very far north. It's the most northern Swedish town, but it isn't as far north as to get darkness for about 2 months or something like that. But I've walked up and down this street now about 3 different times.
I love walking around, seeing these houses in the snow. It makes me really jealous, and I kind of want to have a house like this one day. If I could have a house here where I could come in November, December and January, then go in February. Just look how beautiful that is. They all have the lights on in the windows. It's so pretty. And the white picket fence. Just see how deep the snow is in that garden. People have still got their Christmas lights up as well. But just for 1 second, listen to that. How quiet is that? You say lack of light causes depression. Not in this Swedish town. People are very happy here. I've spoken to quite a few people that live here, and they absolutely love it. They say they wouldn't want to be anywhere else. You either like the cold and the snow or you don't. I'm obviously a big fan of the snow. Shame we don't get it like this in the UK. Anyone else like the snow? As long as you've got somewhere to go that's nice and warm, obviously. There's nothing better than being by the fire, snuggling up with a cup of tea. All their post boxes are outside as well, and they're like right outside the property, and there's like, what is there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's like 1, 2, 3, and they're all just out there. Someone has still got their Christmas tree up. It's messing with my head a little bit. Now that snowdrift in that garden is bigger than me, and I'm 5'8", 5'8". I mean, look at that. That's crazy. I would move here, but only for just the winter, basically. I'd then move to somewhere warm and sunny. Christopher, I don't know. It's a very good point, but they've all got lamps in the windows. Why is that? Is that their security lighting, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, as always, the live will be up for about 24 hours. I tell you what, wearing jeans is not a good idea, because it's starting to get cold. I have been wearing my big winter suit all day, but I thought, as I'm just going out for a brief walk, I thought it'd be alright. Michael, how do you apply to become a mod? I select the mods, but thanks for the offer, Michael. But I've got enough mods at the minute. If a position becomes available, I will let you know. I'll show you where I had my dinner earlier. It's a really lovely little restaurant. I missed the name of the town. I can't pronounce it. It's very long, begins with a Y. It's close by the Swedish town of Kiruna, which is the most northern Swedish town. There is such a beautiful little church up there that's lit up, and I'll go and show you it in just a minute. I'll show you where I walked earlier, where the snow was literally up to my waist. Is the camera okay? It's not freezing over, is it? So if I'm breathing heavily as well, it's like, how many thumbs up have we got, by the way? It'd be great to get 1,000 for tonight's live stream. You know, you can't get much different on a live stream from a British seaside. Mind you, we have been in Lapland this year doing a live, so that's what just goes to show the lives are not always at the seaside. But it looks like something from a movie set, these log cabins. Now you can actually see where I stood earlier, and I'm not going to do it, but literally just over there the snow comes up to my waist. It's deceiving because the ground dips here and it's pretty deep. And Scotsman and Cornwall, that's the same here actually. Mark, the temperature tonight has warmed up a little bit. It's minus 18. This is where I had some food earlier. Really lovely in there. You might have seen the photo on my Instagram feed. I think people are just finishing up eating. All by candlelight. It's really lovely. But yeah, the Christmas trees, it's like, well, what the weirdest thing is that it doesn't feel like Christmas with the Christmas trees up. It's just like I could get used to that being here in January, because they celebrate it for a good couple of months, and if you like Christmas, then you'd be happy with that. So it's just going to go dark here just for a minute until I get to the end of this road. Nightbot has just put a link up to the Facebook page. If you haven't liked the Facebook page yet, do go over and drop it a like. I do love that sound of snow. I miss it so much when we don't get enough snow in the UK. The deeper the better, listen. I can't feel my hands. I can't turn the camera around. The app, my phone is having problems tonight because of the cold. Anthony, you're absolutely right. People live here for like 7 months of the year with snow. Kids go to school, the cars, the buses, the trucks, everything runs smoothly. We have an inch of snow in the UK and everything gets shut down. I think the difference with the snow here, though, to be fair, is that it's always dry snow. There's very little humidity, so it sounds weird, but this kind of snow has got a lot more traction. It's not slippy, so when cars are driving, it's not going to slip around. Hello, Stanley. Ryan, I'm in Sweden at the ice hotel at the moment. Darren Smith, yes, that is what I'll try and pronounce that. It's Yuckers have, yeah. But it is laughable when Swedes come to London when we have a little bit of snow, and you know, we all go crazy, don't we? Imagine if we had this kind of snow, this amount of snow in England, it would be front page headlines and everything. Now, I walked up here earlier and I thought this is so pretty in the snow, just walking around this church. Again, you can see some people have tried to... You see, we're all big kids really, because they see a big open bit of snow and they're like, I wonder how deep that is, I'm going to get in there. I did it earlier. This is a really lovely church. No, it is closed. Otherwise, I'd be heading in there. Just look at the amount of snow though on that light. It's like a cappuccino with all the cream on the top. It's crazy. It is sparkly as well. You get the light just right, especially in the morning. I can't go up there. There's light. Snow does sparkle. It's really lovely. It makes you think of melted marshmallow. Don't worry, I can go through here. Can I? Oh god, no I can't. Get out before someone shuts me in. Imagine that. I don't know if you can see that on the camera there, how sparkly it is. It's really nice. So yeah, the only other thing that you can go to whilst you're here is this is a, I think it's a free attraction. It's a reindeer museum, and you can get a coffee in here. Yeah, you can get lunch. I haven't been in there for lunch actually, but maybe I should. Maybe tomorrow. There you go. There's an interesting way to put your cigarette out. But isn't that the most picturesque little entrance to a church? So yeah, that's what people do really. They're staying in the Ice Hotel. They'll literally just come and have a walk around in the snow, because it is just lovely to get out. Vincent, you keep repeating yourself. Why do you do that? Are you frozen in these jeans? Georgina, yes, I am. Chris, it would be me, obviously. I know, the snow is so deep here, you would lose your dog. If you have just joined, do hit the thumbs up, it does help me out. My battery is draining mega fast because of the cold temperature. I'm amazed at my phone, because I've got no cover on this phone whatsoever, so I'm amazed that the phone is doing this well at the minute. The only thing I can't do is flip the camera around onto myself, so mind you don't want to see me. I've got such a blooming red face and red nose right now. Highly embarrassing. Yeah, if you want to go to sleep, the sound of the snow. Okay, I put my foot in there. No, I'm not going to do it because my jeans will get soaked. But if you're old enough to remember the 60s, this is what snowfall used to be like in the UK. Right, so I could do a test with the Northern Lights, but what I need to do is to go somewhere a bit darker, but I don't know. I think there's a bit more cloud coming. I can't really see many stars, but this is where you would see them. Now this camera doesn't have the kind of exposure that, because it's only an Android phone, that I could use to actually show them up, but I think I can see a little glimpse of, maybe it's my eyes, I don't know, but it's a bit hard to see in this light with these street lights. But they have said sometimes that it is so bright that people can see it from their bedroom windows. Foxy B, I know, can you believe it? Sometimes I can't get a very good signal at home, yet here in Sweden it's absolutely amazing. Right, well, just walk with me back to the Ice Hotel. And there's a lot of people walking around here tonight, considering, what is it? Is it 9:30 here in Sweden now? Yeah. Alaska, good evening. The Northern Lights have been visible in Scotland recently. I know, the crazy thing is that the Northern Lights have been seen, I think somebody said, was it a couple of years ago, we saw them in Skegness. Darren, no, but there is a lot of moose around here, something I've never actually seen before, a moose. It's a bit like a, I don't know, what is it? I would say, what is it, a cross between a reindeer and a horse? Something like that. Let's Clouds are just so lovely though. High Street Rich Boy, would you ever do a video with Sinead again? Well, I did reach out to Sinead for Halloween, and I said to her about an idea I wanted to do, and you could say it was coincidence, but a few weeks later I saw a video come up with the same idea I suggested. But there you go. I don't know, that could have been just complete chance. But the answer to that question is, yeah, I'd be open to. But at the minute, obviously when you do collaborations, it's nice for you to both benefit rather than just one-sided, which last time it was. So but yeah, can you believe it? Just in the last 7 weeks, we were in Lapland, and again back in the cold. This will be the last video though from the freezer this year, and I doubt I will return next winter, because I can't get away with the excuse saying to Gabby that, oh well, I'll go back. Well, I've done a video there now, so why do you want to do another one? Well, I know it sounds really weird, but there's a smell to Sweden. I don't know whether it's the cold, but it's the smell of the smoke from the wood fires is in the air, and that I know it sounds strange, but you get that smell of the cold. I can't explain it. If you're here, you'd know what I mean. If you step into a freezer, same kind of smell. Anyone else with me here? I'm not just weird, right? Richard says South Pole expedition next winter, Tim. Well, that would be the summer there, so that would probably be a good idea. But I was looking at one of these Arctic explorers, and I have thought about doing a video this coming November in Svalbard, because there is a hotel there I want to stay in. So if Gabby lets me, then I'll be there. Snow is here still. If you have just joined, they've got over a foot bit more of snow here. The roads and the paths are obviously clear before you say anything. You only have to go on a snowmobile like I did today, or out on the lake, just to see how deep the snow gets. Michael, thanks for that. I didn't know that Sweden used to drive on the left-hand side till 1967. They changed it to the right-hand side. That's why headlights on is the law. I didn't know that. Problem is, I can't actually go and have a shower straight away because it'll be just too painful. So I wish I could take you out on the lake to show you how deep the snow is. But I don't know if you can see those lights there in the distance. That's over the other side of the lake. And it goes a lot further back, and you see all the pine trees covered in snow in the distance. But in the summer, yeah, all these are premium lakeside properties. All the time, CD, all the time. Emma, yeah, the cold gets down the back of your throat, but I've got to get used to it because I'm sleeping in the ice hotel tomorrow night, so, and that will be cold. Okay, so almost back. Thanks for staying with me anyway. 1,000 people watching. How many thumbs up have we got? Helps the video out, of course. Has anyone seen my wife in the chat? Has Gabby come up, or is she too busy having a glass of wine at Center Parcs to notice? I did tell her that I was going to do it live tonight, but I don't think she paid attention. Yes, I had dinner at the restaurant at 6 o'clock. You've got to remember that it got dark here this afternoon at 2:15. So it's been a long night for me. I was snowmobiling today out in the wilderness, and that started at lunchtime just as the sun set, and it's just been, it feels like it's been night forever. There's something I like about it. I don't know if I would want to live in it all year round, but they don't here because, like I said, it's only about 4 weeks max where there's no sun. Out of breath now. Hey Timothy. No Gabby yet. She's obviously, she's doing the drinking like well, she doesn't always drink, but she's having a glass on the live like she normally does. I think when it's dark and you look at the snow, it makes you just like someone's gone around with whipped cream or whipped marshmallow, and it makes you want to eat it. 793 thumbs up. Can we get to 1,000 by the end of the live stream? Put another little lamp in the window. Maybe someone will be able to tell me how much one of these houses would go for here in Sweden. Considering this is the most northernmost town, I'm much further north than where I was in Lapland. It's 20 kilometers from the Arctic Circle. The Arctic Circle starts 20 kilometers like further south that way. So that just goes to show you how far north I am. Andrew, hello, how you doing? Yes, Robert, Robo. I've been in touch with Celia. Cecilia? She hasn't got back to me though. But yes, that's where I'm hoping to do a video in November. It's just flights are a bit of a challenge, but that should be a very interesting video. So there you go, that wasn't actually too long walking up there, was it? Yes, completely exhausted when you're walking around in the cold temperatures. I've got to sleep in this though. I don't know how I'm going to do it. It's just going to be... I've asked a lot of people how difficult it is, and they say that they don't really overly have a good night's sleep. That's the restaurant. You go there for breakfast as well, but you just cross over the road to go into the Ice Hotel. The entrance is just up here. Darren, I can't ski. I've always wanted to try it though. If you don't like Christmas trees, I do apologise because there's a Christmas tree coming up. Surely it does. Yes, you have to have your face covered. If you're out here for any longer than half an hour, you would start to show signs of early frostbite. You would. Please tell me I've got my room key. What time is it? It's 9:45 here. See, there's a little bar now. I won't go in there because the camera will screw up completely because it's so cold, and going into the heat, I think it will definitely die. So even the lights here, look, it's a pillar of ice. Amazing, right? I did look both ways. How do you know I didn't? Yes, there's an interesting video coming up I'm planning to do from the Canary Islands. I was hoping to do that at this present moment in time, but this one came up, so I thought the availability came up, so I thought I'd better do it. So what I'm going to do is, before we end, I don't think we will, but I will point the camera to the direction due north to see if we can see any lights. I don't think we probably can. Look how cosy that fire is. Oh, I bet that's so nice and warm. That woman's right in the middle of it, soaking it up. CD, you're welcome. It's crazy to think that this just melts back into the Tawny River, which is just beyond. So probably best to go somewhere dark. If you've got the lights on, maybe turn them off. I don't know whether you'll be able to see anything, but it's like this is a stage. The camera has not given up on me. It's doing well. If you want a phone camera that works well in the cold, get a Samsung. You can just see how deep the snow is here, look. I mean, so you can't see it because it's dark, obviously, but this is the river here, and it's actually really wide here, so it's quite safe to go on. But the Northern Lights, due north, no, that's just, we can't see. That's something. There's people out there on the lake. Can you hear that? And that snow goes pretty deep. So anyway, I can't flip this camera around because the camera is absolutely frozen. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for the live. It's been really kind of you as well, because I've been on my own. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the support, the super chats. If you would like to see the video from here, Friday and Sunday is when you can see it, and then my adventures continue from then on. I'll be live again soon. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, keep warm. If you have got some snow, hope you enjoy it. If you don't like it, I'm sure it'll go soon, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, everyone. Night night.